Welcome to How to Grind. So today we're talking about grind pedals. We're going to do some tone tweaking, and we're also going to talk about the Footswitch side jack that'll help you change channels on your amp. It also can perform any other 1/4 inch switching function that your amp offers. So that could be channel switching, could be reverb on and off, it could be effects loop on and off. It just depends on your amp. But your amp needs to have 1/4 inch tip to ground or tip to sleeve latching for the Footswitch to work. So that is something to keep in mind. If your amp has one of those DIN connectors or whatever, you'll need an adapter or something like that. In addition to everything I'm showing you about the grind, I want to let you know that all of this goes for the 33 as well. 33 has the same side switching jack, and all of that applies the same in the same way as the grind does. Also, the tone sculpting section I'm going to do is very applicable to the 33 as well. So keep that in mind as you're watching the video. I'm going to use two different amps. I'm going to use a Marshall DSL 100. It's a UK one from about, I don't know, mid 2005 or something like that. The next one is a Mesa dual rectifier. It's a revision F. It's like a 92 or 93, something like that. And then I'm going to use a Randall V30 loaded cab with a single 57, and that's it. So, no EQ, none of that kind of stuff. We are going to show it in E standard tuning because the pedals can totally be used in E standard. And I'm also going to use it in drop A for the low tuning stuff. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. This is the back of a Marshall DSL 100, and it has two options for 1/4 inch switching. One is channel and one is reverb. For our purposes, we're going to use the channel switch. So I've got that hooked up to my grind here via the Footswitch jack with a regular 1/4 inch tip to ground guitar cable. You could also use a speaker cord here. It does not matter. It's not passing any audio, so a speaker cord is totally acceptable. Also, you can use a tip ring sleeve cable. It just won't use the ring. So as long as it's got tip to ground, you're fine. So if you have one of these laying around, you can totally use it. All right, so I'm going to turn the amp around and show you what the Polarity switch does on the side of the pedal. All right, so back at the front of the amp here, I've got it on the green channel and the grind is currently bypassed. If I click it, it goes to the red channel and the grind comes on. So an effective way to go from clean to rhythm or whatever, however you like to have it set. Conversely, if I turn it off and flip the Polarity switch here on the side, let's see, it'll change. So now it will be off, the grind will be off, and I'll be on the red channel. And if I click it, the grind is on the green channel. So this is particularly useful if your amp has a different polarity of switching for whatever channel you prefer. So this way it gets you out of that bind, which is a very cool added extra feature. Quick note on the regular size pedals, the Polarity switch for the side jack is right here and it's indented. So what I like to use is a mechanical pencil with no lead sticking out, and it's an easy tool to flick that switch if I need to do that. Same thing on the BLACKOUT grind or the regular grind right there. And you can also use a paper clip or whatever, but this is a good method. All right, so here's how it's going to go down. I'm going to start with the Marshall, and then I'll go to the dual rec right after that. Each amp is going to get the exact same riffs, one being in drop A, one being in E standard. I will loop each riff 3 times. For the first one, I'll have the pedal off, then on. For the second one, I will turn the knob on the pedal. And for the third one, I will turn some knobs on the amp to show you the EQ and how it reacts with the pedal in front. hopefully that helps your understanding of what the grind does and how it can help you in your tonal chase. Just want to add real quick that the 33 and the grind both operate in the same manner. So all these things I'm saying about the grind can apply to the 33 as well. Hitting either one of these amps in front with a grind or 33 is almost like modding them. It gives them that tightness and that aggression that they didn't have before. And it actually kind of hypes up the amp's EQ. So as you can see in the video with both amps and in both tunings, I was able to dial in or out the amount of low end, more low end than I could ever need, or mid-range or treble, whatever. It was very easy to dial that stuff in and out after hitting the amp with the pedal. So tweak and sculpt and have fun.